She was crippled, left to die in the depths of interstellar space. She was hurt, her crew dead, and her hull shattered. She was empty and full, but without purpose or function. ENS Enterprise was a warship AI combination. Despite her size barely being called a frigate, she was capable of crippling entire fleets with a competent crew. She had been deployed hundreds of times with her sister ships, Yorktown and Valiant, each a small army. Rays and cryo space had come and gone, hull damage shrugged off, beams that could melt steel dispersing against their ablative armor. The gods of luck and war smiled upon them each time they went into battle, each time orders from on high came down and struck them. Fleets couldn't stand in their way. But this was different. Something unseen in the Kryash ranks was anything larger than a heavy cruiser. Yet there on their view screen was something with enough power to slag a planet. Nearly half a kilometer long, the CNC Impending Doom was equipped with more weapons than the rest of their fleets had ships. It cut cleanly through space. Its armor designed to minimize impacts by redirecting forces. Its weak points were barely visible, and targeting was scrambled heavily by ECMs. It was painted like the Void, the only indication it even existed being Windows and its transponder codes. And the Enterprise was alone. Backup would take days, maybe weeks to arrive, and the impending doom was ready, and by the looks of it, launching. Inside, a spool drive was spinning up, bending space around it ever so gently, but it was seen. Enterprise tore through space, using its own spool drive to increase its speed despite the cost of the maneuver. She rocketed straight to the impending doom, railguns firing by eye and not by system. She could barely see the thing, but she knew it was there, and how to kill it. She spun, tail-mounted thrusters, firing to angle her towards the aft of the enemy. Her burn constituted nearly 5G of acceleration. RCS worked overtime to keep her moving away from incoming missiles and defense batteries. Their own ECM popped online as the target lock was detected. She shot the lock with a defense round. She flipped again, bringing her nose to be perpendicular to the doom. Her forward railguns fired again, leaving holes the width of cars in the other ship. The shots didn't make it out the other side. She turned, using RCS and thrust to bring herself behind the impending doom, behind his most critical weakness, thruster banks. The lit thrusters of the impending doom blinded the crew inside, but the Enterprise knew what to do. 3 rounds pierced through the thrusters and skewered fuel lines. None of them hit the reactor, but that wasn't the goal. She kept her momentum as she trailed around to the starboard of the enemy ship. Another 3 railgun rounds speared through the impending doom, slicing cleanly through vital power supplies to the point defense. A lucky shot. Luck was still on their side. It wasn't enough. 2 railgun rounds returned the favor, spraying the port side and starboard side with heaps of energy and destructive power. She could feel her sides burn with the pain of 1,000 cuts. She powered on still, finally having a chance to use something else. Torpedoes shot from 3 of her sides, barely being missed by the railguns fired earlier. Nuclear payloads shot towards the impending doom as she flipped again and burned away. A view screen showed the payloads rocketing towards the enemy before impacting the hull and detonating. 10 of the 15 hit along the side of the impending doom, a flash of pure white screaming for the enemy. It still wasn't enough. Another railgun round, the last fraction of power the impending doom could spare, pierced the Enterprise clean through before coring the reactor. Within seconds, batteries came online, but seconds were still seconds. She did the only thing she could. She launched all of her torpedoes. Of the 45 that launched from the 3 tubes, 40 made it to their target. An impressive amount, one the crew wouldn't be alive to witness. Each one detonated. The impending doom simply vanished. It was over, both for her and the enemy.